Welcome to Mailbox Monday, the show where we open boxes and I get to play with knives. Box number 1.
I know what's in here.
This is Project Spongy.
Recently I was at Sea Otter Classic, one of the biggest bike shows in the USA, and I met a guy called Eric. Eric is the founder and engineer behind what's in this box. What's inside this box we're going to use for a future episode because we need to test it properly outdoors, but we thought we'd give you a sneak peek today to see what's in it.
There's loads of stuff.
There's loads of stuff. That's going to be very hard to read for the camera. It says Redshift, shock stop, suspension, seat post, suspension stems, and suspension seat posts, and I'm pretty sure they do like a pro version and a slightly less pro version. One of them is heavier and has pro, yeah.
Pro.
Well, you know, like pro.
For the professional cyclist.
2 suspension seat posts. One of these is lighter with 20 mil of travel. One of them is heavier with 35 mil of travel. The idea behind these is that it gives you a little bit of suspension underneath your saddle.
35 is quite a lot, isn't it? That seems like quite a lot. Reminds me of what you were showing me earlier. Wow, that's like... So you change the spring based on the weight of the rider. First of all, let's weigh the not so pro. 500 grams, and then the Pro, 385. So
it's a pretty big difference.
It is, I guess. The stems, also Pro and not Pro. It's the hardest box to open I've ever come across in my life.
You're technically a professional box opener. Similar to the suspension seat post, these are suspension stems. So it will give you a little bit of suspension at your handlebars.
Really? Yeah. Pretty solid.
Well, that's a good thing. You don't want to be super spongy.
So this isn't Project Spongy after all.
Yeah, sorry.
The not so Pro stem weighs 268 grams, which is actually not that bad. The Pro one is 233 grams. So it's not that much lighter. It's like,
it does look a lot nicer.
It's been dipped into chocolate sauce. We also actually have a shock stop computer mount, which presumably bolts into those screws. I quite like it. I'm excited to try this. This is a really good, like, no rules product, which is, well, as you know, Francis, what I'm all about. This has the potential to be revolutionary in how a ride feels, especially when you take a road bike on something which perhaps isn't road. Something that's really interesting is that it will be compatible with such a huge range of bikes as well. So in theory, if the suspension is quite suspension-y, then you're going to be able to take a bike that would never be able to have suspension and make it unbelievably comfortable.
But is it a good place to have suspension in your seat post and on the stem?
We are definitely going to have to find out. Not today though. Subscribe to find out when.
This one I'm very excited about, and Nick is not excited about.
I know exactly what this is.
So a while ago, I bought on AliExpress a group set from a company called L2. I'm trying to pronounce it. I'm making an effort, Jimmy. I'm trying to pronounce it correctly. It's L2, apparently, even though it's spelt like twit-twoo. They released their first ever hydraulic group set, and I bought it, put it on my bike, and then the lever snapped off, which they did replace. In my subsequent communications with them, they then offered to send us to test on video the gravel version and some other secrets inside this box.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping that's what is in there. We've opened it upside down.
Got some bad news for you. This is the Road series, so it's not a gravel group set.
I think it is a gravel group set. I have faith.
Road bike.
Well, the mech looks different.
It looks exactly the same.
The mech looks completely different. This is the first time we've had a real box from L2. Because usually they send this stuff just in plastic bags because it's cheaper. If you order on AliExpress a group set like this and you pay for it, it'll cost you about £50 less to have a version without the box.
Oh, I remember this now from the previous one. It looks fantastic.
So this is the aluminium version.
Do you have magnetic hands?
Which means this version that we have here costs £200.
It's alloy.
Yeah, it's alloy.
Do you know what the maximum cassette is that you can use with this mech?
No, I was trying to find that out. It's a much longer cage than what was on the road version that we've got, but there's no information unless there's an instruction manual. Total weight of the calipers, shifters, and the derailleur with the hoses, 1,136 grams. This is directly from AliExpress. The overall modular design is adopted and any damaged parts can be replaced at low cost. Egg roll brake pads based on the Venturi effect.
Venturi effect?
Egg roll.
Egg roll Venturi. That could be kind of a good band name.
The heat dissipation area is 300% higher than competing products. Big claim. I actually like that they've sent the alloy version. I feel a little bit more confident about the shifter not snapping.
Maybe that's why they've sent it.
Maybe. Just like the other version, feels nice in your hands. Shape of the shifter looks similar to SRAM, and then you have a button on the inside, which you shift down with. 3 shifts up. Unlike the road version that we've got, this is a 1x system, so hopefully there is enough range in this rear mech to make it useful. We will find out. That shifter does look a bit weird with no paddle.
Does it? It just looks like a shifter.
Minimalist.
I think it looks fine. For £200, it's very, I'm very optimistic this is going to be good.
They also sent a mountain bike shifter.
We don't ride mountain bikes, Francis.
Oh, I do. And mountain bike carbon mech, which is really dusty.
How does it? It's very different, isn't it? The difference between the big names' own products are quite similar, whereas these, they're completely different. Interesting.
It's not like they've just changed the writing on it. This is a completely different design. Nice. I'm excited to try this out.
Oh, that was a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. Thought that was going to hurt. Ass saver, save my ass, please.
No swearing, Jimmy. This is a family show.
From the rainiest city on earth, Ass Saver Instant Mudguards.
Where are they made? Portland?
I thought we've told everyone enough that it never rains in the northeast. These are absolutely pointless for us. There's no point, let's just throw them away.
Is this Nick's favourite mudguard? Is this the one that he had in a video a few weeks ago?
I'm not sure. I think, so when I first heard about Ass Saver, they had like one product.
I use one on my mountain bike all the time. It's the little one that goes under your saddle.
I think they now have like 50 products.
These guys have been watching Mailbox Mondays and they've sent us this to feature on the show.
They've made an effort for us. Oh no, it's just a piece of paper. So the green screen that we need to do in a moment. Whoa, what the
You have to like make it. Stickers, my stickers. They're going on my bike box.
I think we have 2. I'm assuming one is gravel and one's road, because one's thin and one's not.
So this is an Ass Saver, or 2 Ass Saver Win Wings.
Win Wing gravel, Win Wing, that's really hard to say.
Win Wing.
Win Wing
Road. The idea behind all the products from Ass Savers is that they are very easy to fit mudguards. You can clip them on and off without too much effort.
Tool-free, apparently.
The classic one that goes under the saddle is completely tool-free. This one, I imagine, is going to fit closer to your rear tyre.
Tool-free?
Tool-free assembly. Therefore, save your ass even better.
This looks like a competition to me. Without instructions, first one to fit it.
No instructions.
And then we'll look at how bad we did it. You got road, I got gravel. Aha! A road and a gravel bike.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, you bastard.
I have no idea what's going on. I wish I had looked at the instructions secretly. Done.
What? I think mine's on upside down.
You've not done something right.
It was very easy to fit upside down though.
So essentially it's made up of a wishbone which attaches to your seat stays, and then the wing itself which just clips into it once it's on. And there's different holes for different angles. So you can actually, if it's a bit too low like this, just lift it up a bit. I really like it. I'm assuming you can buy lots of different colours as well. They used to do custom ones. Do they still do that? Do you think we should do some wild ones? Because I would use it.
Ask the audience.
Should we do some wild ass savers to save your asses? I think the answer is yes. Ass saver. We'll be in touch. Because I've got this microphone, you can still hear me, can't you? Now you can hear me. Now Francis fix my microphone.
We have found a suitable puddle to ride the Ass Saver through.
I wouldn't call that a puddle, that's a lake. Well, actually, it's more of a swamp. There might be a crocodile in it. I think I'm muddier than you. Thanks for splashing me.
Mudguard's quite muddy. Check underneath.
But look at that. It has actually legit worked. You've got like stinking legs, which you would expect. There's a little bit on the back of you, but not very much. Congratulations. You've won a prize.
What's the prize?
Ass Saver.
Oh.
You get to keep it.
We're going to send it back like that.
Maybe we should. We should probably go and clean our bikes.
Mine's clean. It's got an Ass Saver on it.
It's actually quite a good commuting product, I think.
Yeah, well, you're not riding as a group.
No, it's definitely not for group rides. I guess off-road, it's fine because you're never right on someone's wheel when you're riding off-road, or if you are, you shouldn't be. Anyone behind you is still going to get dirty, but you're not going to get crap spraying up your back. It's a very, very good interim solution.
22 quid.
Other clip-on ones which I've bought off Nick in the past are like 70 quid or something.
70?
Something like that, yeah. Thank you, our saver.
Even though it never rains in the northeast.
But it does pour.
You don't know what this is, do you?
No, I've got the feeling you don't actually know what it is either.
A little bit. So, I used to race with a guy called Warren back in the Pedal Heaven days.
Hello, Warren.
Hey, Warren. He has started his own company called Squeezy.
He's definitely written you an essay.
Oh yes, he's written me a letter.
It was literally a letter to you.
So when you do bike races, there's this thing that you do. I'm gonna do it right now. You take your water bottle, take the lid off, you put a gel on the edge here, do up the lid over the top of the gel. So when you reach down and grab your bottle, you can either have a drink or you can rip the gel from the top. It rips the lid of the gel off and then you can take the gel. And it's just a handy way of like getting a real quick access gel when you're bike racing.
What do you do with the wrapper then? Throw it on the floor like a scumbag?
No, you either throw it in the litter zone, which is in most races, or you put it under the back of your jersey. So not in your pocket, so then when you go for your next gel.
I used to put them under my...
Under there, I go under the back of a jersey. That is a bit of a wobbly solution.
Racing hack.
But it does work, yeah, it's a hack. Warren has come up with this, the Squeezy. A bottle which has a compartment inside for your gel.
You presumably squeeze gels into this pouch, screw it into the lid, fill this with your desired drink, Coca-Cola perhaps, red wine, champagne if you're that way inclined. Then on the lid it has a 1 and a 2 setting, and presumably one of them is water and one of them is the gel. Don't even need it.
Let's see what you wrote me.
Oh, Warren.
Hi Francis, thank you for agreeing to take a look at these bottles. Please find enclosed a 750ml sample. Final production version, the end of the pouch, the gel pouch, is rounded and looks more finished. The volume is also marginally more, as the original spec was for a volume of 120 millilitres, which then can accommodate 2 large gels.
This is really well designed.
Nearly all gels work with the pouch. The only ones that don't are the paste-like ones, like goo. And if you've ever eaten a gel like that, they're very thick. Most gels are that kind of viscosity.
I didn't think we'd be discussing viscosity.
By the way, there are no rules that it has to be gels used in the pouch. It could also be any form of liquid/gel. Can be
sneaking booze into a club. Oh no, it's just Ribena, try it. Because they'd let you in with a bottle of Ribena.
And then you go,
and then inside, you secretly got some party liquids.
Really good job.
I really like the quality of this bottle. I like how squidgy it is as well. In true Mailbox Monday style, we have a game of Russian roulette. In the pouch, we have put neat Ribena. In the bottle, we've put water. We don't know if it's on the 1 or the 2. Which one are you going for?
I don't know what represents, I don't know, is 1
Well, I know,
thing?
we don't know. Oh no. Oh no. You got water, didn't you? Fuck's sake. Oh, I'm bleeding. I can confirm it works fantastically. That's amazing. I really like that product.
I should probably point out that it only went everywhere because Jimmy squeezed the bottle really hard.
In pain of neat Ribena. If I still raced bikes, I would 100% buy that. I feel like I'm a news reporter.
You are. Reporting the news of the new Adidas Velo Sambas by End. Eagle-eyed audience members may have seen that I was doing some bike riding and standing in front of a camera for Adidas and End, who have released their new Velo Samba shoe. They've given us one of each.
You sure this isn't just a pair and that's what they're meant to be like? This one is inspired by the coffee shop part of a bike ride. And
this one is inspired by Heineken.
The other part of a bike ride.
Essentially, this is a Samba, which is an Adidas shoe that a lot of you will have already heard of. But a Velo Samba has an SPD cleat fitting on the bottom. So you can wear this as a normal shoe, but also as a cycling shoe.
It is surprisingly stiff.
Yeah, they have to make it stiff in order to ride.
Well,
with.
yeah.
Like, otherwise it just wouldn't work, would it?
You didn't used to play football, did you?
No, why?
No. Well, the tongue is kind of the football that you used to get in the Adidas Predators.
It is a football-y shoe. It's like,
it's got a flap over as well. It's a flap over tongue. That is properly like football boot.
Surely the best looking SPD shoe you can get. Wonder if they'll give us 2 matching ones.
It would have been nice if they'd at least given us the same sizes.
If you want to check out these shoes, there'll be a link to the End store. It was actually really fun working with the guys from End here in Newcastle.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? That there's a clothing brand as big as End.
In Newcastle, wicked. That is the end of today's episode of Mailbox Mondays. There's going to be links to all the products in the description down below if you want to check them out. Thank you to the guys who did send us some of these things, and stay tuned for updates, especially on the stuff that's going to be going onto bikes for test.
So subscribe so you don't miss out on those videos. They're going to be fun. Maybe.